You're listening to The Startup with Monique LeRae, only on LA Talk Radio.
John, how's it going, John?
Monique, Mo.
What's up? How's it going, Johnny?
It's going. It's man, life is an adventure, The last time I saw you, it was like, whew. Time. That's all I gotta say. That was really one of the best times I've had in years, seeing your premiere. And just want to thank you for including me and having me here. Good, I mean, my family's all here. All the kids are in the back room. I made them turn their Wi-Fi off so we get a nice feed going, and things are good. How about you?
That's torture. You can't take the Wi-Fi off from the kids now.
Listen, I told them I'd pay for the data. I'd pay for the data.
Okay, Dad pays for the data. Okay, good.
So like during this session.
Well, it's really great to see your face smiling, and you look amazing. And yes, last time we saw each other, you and a few other my close friends were in attendance of a private screening for the Pandemic Project documentary. And it felt great to have you there, and just all the support in the room. The right people were there. I didn't want too many people to see it. You guys got a little bite of the apple. I didn't, there wasn't so much to show, but we gave you a little. And why don't you introduce yourself? Tell people who you are and what you're into these days.
Man, that's complicated, like who am I? What I'm into these days is it's a paradox. I mean, I'm complicated. It's complicated, but at the same time, I'm the same person I was when I was born on April 9th, 1974 in Hammond, Indiana.
Well, why don't we start off with your name and the name of your project?
Sure. Right. So my name is John Kouris, and I'm the founder of Saturday Sun Productions, which is our startup, which is a company that was formed in order to tell the story of my captain and my mentor, Demetrius DuBose. So no matter what, John Kouris, Saturday Sun Productions, the name that I want people to understand and recognize out of this is Demetrius DuBose. The reason you and I know each other is because of Demetrius DuBose. The reason I've had my whole last 7 years of life experiences is because of Demetrius DuBose. Heartbreak and all of it is because of this one man. So yeah, Saturday Sun Productions is our startup, which we formed to honor our fallen captain, Demetrius DuBose, who was murdered in 1 week. It'll be 23 years. Wow. And somehow this mountain of a man, this man who was an All-American football player at the University of Notre Dame, which, I think you've heard of Notre Dame. I think everyone has. They have their own, television contract with NBC, a huge network, right? Mm-hmm. And he played in the NFL for 4 years. And he wasn't a nobody. He played for 4 years. And he could have kept playing. But, he's been forgotten and overlooked. And I've been yelling about this for quite some time now. And,
yes, you have.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And thank you for, kind of bringing it back to today. Like you're giving us the overview here, and we are going on 23 years. I can't believe how long it's been. And friends like you and associates like you who keep it at the forefront is why it's going to happen, John. I mean, we've spoken offline about this project, but I want people to really understand what it's like to have a startup production company based on a passion project, and just starting this from, you know what I mean? This is not, I mean, you make it look easy, right? I mean, it doesn't have to always be hard, but there are challenges. I mean, why don't you talk us through a little bit about how you got, and why you call it Saturday, why do you call it Saturday? Yeah.
Right, so first of all, let me tell you this. I mean, for those who know me, I don't make anything look easy. It's a struggle, it's challenging. I am who I am with all my flaws, and that goes along with the startup. So, I mean, I look at where it really started, really was the day I was born, which was a long time ago. But it was the same day that Henry Aaron, Henry Aaron, he broke Babe Ruth's home run record.
Yeah.
But he's a black man doing this and having people write him letters saying, we will be in the stands with a rifle on the day that it comes down to breaking that record.
Wow.
But he still did it.
Some things haven't changed, unfortunately.
No, they have. No, not. I mean, in some ways they have, but the bottom line is they haven't. Right? I mean, a dude was shot 60 times the last week by the Akron police. Right?
Yeah.
So like that needs to stop completely. But here we are, and we're talking about it, and we're trying to affect change. But what I'm trying to say is this: I was born into it, and I had in my scrapbook that first picture of this man, Henry Aaron, and I wanted to know who this man was. And my parents were beautiful white people who allowed me to explore this other side of life and allowed me to be me. Even though I might not have been exactly like them or like anyone in our family, they allowed me to do that. So when I met, and my dad grew up, and again, I'm trying to explain the genesis of the production company with this story.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like my dad grew up dying to play for Notre Dame. And when he didn't play for Notre Dame, he played for Western Michigan, and he was a much better football player than me. But I always just wanted to make my daddy happy. So I said, I'm going to play for Notre Dame no matter what, and when I finally did, and I wasn't like Demetrius, an All-American. I was like the opposite of whatever that is. But when I met Demetrius,
be nice to yourself, John. I mean, I'm sure you did pretty good, darling, if you made the team. Come on.
I mean, I wasn't like making the team. I was on the team, but I didn't have a full scholarship.
Okay.
I was smart, so I had tuition covered, and also thanks to my dad and his association with Notre Dame Law School. But they recruited me, and I was able to be on the team. And Demetrius, I met him, and we would just, I swear, like every day in 1992, it was like Devon McDonald, Carmelia McGill, these guys, Nick Smith, Demetrius DuBose, Brian Young. We would just go at each other. Anthony Peterson, I'm sorry, CTE. It's real. Demo and I would butt heads, and it was really intense, and we connected off the field, and he became like a mentor to me. We weren't best friends, but we hung out and talked, and he definitely helped me get through my freshman year. And I'll never forget that. And fast forward to post playing for both of us, and it's July 24th, 1999. And I'm working at the Sears Tower in Chicago on the 98th floor. I'm in recruiting. And me and one of my other former teammates, Randy Kinder, are outside across the street at this place we'd go after work. And another one of our teammates, Brian McGee, called me. He's like, hey, man, I don't know if you heard, but Demo's dead. And I just lost it. I just broke down. I couldn't believe what he told me, that he had an encounter with the police. There was a misunderstanding, and they shot him. They shot him in the back, and he was gone. And I was so broke at the time, I swear I couldn't afford to get a flight to Seattle for his funeral. It just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
But it never left me. And then life goes on, right? We get caught up in what happens with, like, I got married, I had kids, and then, but what really happened, which was cataclysmic, was my best friend died. He had brain cancer, and he was the best man at my wedding. And it tore me apart. I mean, I was probably already a shitty husband, to be honest, like maybe not the best, but that like did it. It did something to me. And I would go down into my basement every night, and I would go through these articles, and I'd go through like trying to figure out just kind of where life took a detour and how like I ended up in this place where I felt alone. But I kept thinking about Demetrius DuBose, and I kept looking back at that, and it really affected me. And I started writing about it. I started questioning things. And this is I want to give people like context, 2011, right? So this is
when he got shot. So it's 11. Well, it's been 23 years, but in 2011 you started having this.
Well, right away it was cataclysmic and awful, but I never thought I was going to be able to live my life for this, right?
Got it.
2011, when my own personal life started to go to hell, maybe it was already going to hell. Maybe it's already always been like that. But
give yourself a break, John.
no, man, you know what? Maybe I don't deserve one. It's okay. Like, look.
Let me just interject before you go any further, that sometimes when you're an entrepreneur and you're a creative and you're a hustler and you're a brand builder and you're a visionary, you're not going to be good at everything. We got to give ourselves a break here, people.
Well, you know, I mean, right away when I met you, you know, I thought you were amazing, and I still do. So thank you for saying that. No, thanks for saying that.
Let's give ourselves a break a little here. Well, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to give myself a break, all right?
Okay.
And so I started thinking about how to do something about this, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just this immense pain of what's going on outside these doors, you know, every day. Just, you know, I coached football in Inglewood in Chicago, which is man, you know, I saw a 7-year-old kid begging for his life, basically. It looked like he hadn't eaten in weeks, you know, and the guys that I coached, I mean, most of the team was lucky if they had one meal before we practiced, right? So, like, you know, you immerse yourself in that sort of situation and it changes everything. Changes how you see the world. And then
you can't unsee it.
Yeah, exactly. And then you factor in somebody that had a huge influence on you, who helped you when you were, you know, struggling, 18, confused, overwhelmed, and showed you just a way to get through, just to survive each day. And that man was snuffed out, you know? So, like, fast forward to 2014, I'm in basically a second marriage at that point. I mean, we weren't married because I was still getting divorced, but we had a child together, and she was down with the cause. You know, like, she taught me about the Black Panthers. She taught me about everything as far as race goes. And this is some white woman who identifies as a lesbian. She doesn't identify as like some straight-laced white woman trying to hang out. She is like teaching me about the real shit. And I said, what are we gonna do about, and I'm teaching her about Demetrius and about football and what it does, and like how it's the most invigorating and like life-affirming game ever. But just like life, the paradox with that is dangerous as fuck.
It really is dangerous. How did you apply that to today? Fast forward us, because we do have just a few minutes left, and we'll have to have you back on when we give you the whole show. But give me the update. Well, I want you to have the whole show because it's worth it. And there's a lot of layers to this. But now this is your main mission, besides being a good father. This is your main mission in life, is to get this film done and out to the masses and to tell this story. Where are you right now? What does the film need? And where can people see the trailer?
So here's where we are right now. So John Quinn is our brilliant, precocious editor and cinematographer who's done so much. I mean, he deserves all of the credit, really, because he's done the grunt work. And there are other people too. And I want to mention them right now really quick. Sanaya Benson, Claudia Kennedy, Catherine Kennedy, Stephen Favaza, who's doing our music. These people are beyond belief, and I love all of them individually and unique in different ways, and we'll dedicate this to them, right?
Nice.
Okay,
nice.
So where we are, though, we have about 30 minutes edited into a film, okay? We've raised $65,000. Our budget's $500,000, all right? And I want to mention this.
Congratulations. That's not easy to do.
It's not. So what we need to do is be able to pay these beautiful, talented people that have other responsibilities. So before anything right now, it's a fundraising matter. We need to raise the additional money to pay our beautiful, talented team and then finish it. You know, we have archival footage that we need to pay for. Right now, it's $350 a second from our University of Notre Dame. And we are talking
to them. Total amount? What's the total? Because it's a 90-minute film, not to cut you off. It's a 90-minute film, right?
Yeah.
So how much total for the archival? What's the dollar amount?
I'm setting aside over $100,000 for that, because we're talking about NFL footage and Notre Dame footage, and the rights are owned by NBC and other networks as well. It's complicated. Okay. We're still talking about trying to get it waived, but as of right now, and I want to have, like, Demetrius was an epic character, so he deserves an epic soundtrack, and we have a brilliant dude who is making the soundtrack. We have other people who have won Grammys who are willing to come in and help with it however we need. But, you know, again, we need to pay for the rights to a Nirvana song because this also is about the 90s. It's also about growing older, Mo, you know, like a lost time and place and how fast life goes. It's going
I
back.
can't even believe I'm 44. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know.
There must be an accounting error somewhere, Lord.
No, you're beautiful. I didn't, you know, and timeless. So we didn't. We have a fundraising thing right now. You know, John Quinn and I work on this in the editing area.
Okay.
As much as we can every week, but we both have real jobs, you know, that we tend to. So this is a matter of like raising the rest of the money. Demetrius's mom, also Jackie, is in the hospital and she's not doing great. You know, so I feel even more incentive to get this done and to like go at it every morning and every night. So,
we're sending love to her, and we hear you loud and clear. Let's get back together online, and let's give you the show. Maybe you can bring on some people that are part of your team, and let's delve deeper. But I'm gonna connect you guys to the link. You're gonna give me the link that you showed me before, so I can give it to the viewers and listeners. Right, John? I want you guys to see the link that he's got to the sizzle. And how can people support? What's your fundraising?
Here's what I'd love for people to do: to go to our website, www.saturdaysunproductions.com. You can see the sizzle on there. You can learn more about the project. You can donate to the project. I mean, you're gonna find everything you need on there. Facebook, if you go to Saturday Sun Productions, that's SUN. And I know you asked about that. And real quick, Mo. So Saturday Sun it's a Nick Drake song. Nick Drake was a musician from the early 70s from England. He died early, like Demo did, but he wrote a song about called Saturday Sun, and it embodies like what it was like. It's just weird, this timeless song, and it embodies what it's like to be young and have everything in front of you. And and we played on Saturdays at Notre Dame and like the golden era of Notre Dame football, and the song and the lyrics bring you back to that time and place. So, I mean, as much as anything, as much as this is a Black Lives Matter story, for sure. I mean, absolutely. I mean, Demetrius is in the Say Their Name gallery. He's officially recognized, but the NFL has never said anything. Notre Dame did put an article out, and the money I've gotten, with the exception of my best friend's widow, who gave me $5,000, everything else has come from people from Notre Dame. So I want to make sure I recognize that. At the same time, I do expect our university to acknowledge what happened, or at least sit down with me and have a talk about it, so they can see what is real with this, and the NFL to do the same thing. And
I can't expect anything less than that from you and from them. And I'm sure, as we shine more light in dark places and shine the light more on these stories, you will get more traction. And I can't see how you wouldn't have a sit down in the film that you're doing and your new sizzle that you're going to cut or whatever you're doing. I know the updated stuff you're going to get from this. You're going to add that, and congratulations on getting in the Hall of Fame there. And I can't wait to have you back on. I feel like this was too quick. Checking in with you. We're so glad you're still fighting the good fight. Thank you for doing this. You guys, if you have a passion project, take after John here. I mean, it took him a while, but anything can happen. You just find your tribe. It looks like he did, and you have a passion project, and I know we're going to see it on the screen real soon.
Oh, yeah.
Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, somebody.
Yes.
Check them out.
Yes. I mean, I have a really good friend at Netflix. She's been incredibly supportive of the project. I'm a loyal person, but also HBO is done. They did the 5-minute piece on this 23 years ago. There are people connected, obviously Hulu, NBC. I mean, there are many avenues, you know, and the main thing is like to get Demetrius DuBose, that name, into the collective consciousness of our country, at least. To understand.
Well, we're going to see his name today. Demetrius DuBose, Saturday Sun Productions. John, thank you for being here. I will see you really soon.
I hope so. I think so.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Bye,
Be good. We're going to check in with you soon. All right, guys. That was John and Saturday Sun. Remember that name, Demetrius DuBose. A great project that is very timely, still very important. So I'll see you guys in about 7 weeks. Okay, I'm out of here. It is reruns for the summer. I'm finally taking a proper summer vacation at 44 years old. I've never had 8 weeks off. So, well, 7 in this case, but I'll see you September 11th. Okay, guys, with brand new fall shows and new people. And I'm excited to do this, and have a good summer. Be safe. What we started today, see you soon.
You're listening to The Startup with Monique LeRae, only on LA Talk Radio.